So, what's the best voice to use for your copywriting? Like, if you need to write a piece of marketing copy, sales copy that gets people to respond, what's the general tone and feel of the writing that you're going to put there? And this applies whether we're talking written words on the page or some kind of multimedia script, video script, so on. Well, number one, I'll tell you what it should not be, and it should not be that like generic corporate voice. We at Acme Corporation have been serving this market for 150 years, and we are interested in blah, blah, blah. Okay. Don't adopt that corporate voice because it really does not resonate with people on a human level. And typically when you see marketing or advertising that has this like corporate image voice that's all about the company and like how great they are, what happens is the person in charge of approving or directing the voice of that advertising, they are incredibly uptight about being seen as professional. And being seen as professional, as much as like all of the credibility stuff can help with sales eventually when you bring it into your sales message, being seen as professional is not actually effective at getting sales. Being seen as professional, like people don't care. People really don't care. People care about themselves, and they care about having someone who cares about them, having someone who is thinking about their best interests, but having someone who is like an expert on solving whatever problem that they have or getting them whatever outcome that they're hoping for. That's what people want. They want a human-to-human connection with someone who can help them solve their problem or help them achieve whatever goal that they want to achieve. And so when you are thinking about like what type of voice to use in your copywriting and the tone and the feel and the general like essence of the language that's being used and the voice that's being used, imagine this. Imagine that you are at a conference and you saw someone who's like one of the top subject matter experts in the world speak. And this could be a marketing expert. This could be a like copywriting expert, business expert. It could be a health expert. It could be whatever, right? The conference is about the topic that your product or service is about. And this person is like one of the world's top experts on this. So they understand all of the stuff and language around it. They know the industry jargon. They know all of that stuff, right? But at this conference, after all the formal sessions of the day, imagine that you run into them at the bar. And they've been, having a casual dinner and casual conversations with people. And they've had a couple drinks, like a couple glasses of wine. They're not like drunk, right? They're just kind of letting loose at the end of the day, right? And you ask them about solving the problem. And in this state of being loose, but also being a total expert and also being a bit professional as far as it goes, but also like unbuttoning their top button or two, taking the tie off and whatever for the evening, loosened up, they start to talk to you about how you can solve your problem, how you can meet your goal, how you can get what you want. And so they're able to just riff on it because they have this incredible level of expertise. And when it's appropriate, they'll occasionally throw in some jargon or some words or whatever, but typically they're just going to be used in a super conversational, laid back tone of voice, language, short sentence structures, sometimes sentence fragments, interjections. And they're going to speak about this like human to human in a very informal way while also acknowledging their expertise and their credibility. And we're going to assume that you were nice to them and they want to be nice to you. And so they care about like getting you what you want that's in your best interest and encouraging you to take the necessary actions that it's going to take for you to get what you want that's in your best interest. And so they just riff on the topic and they riff on the subject, but they know where they're going with it and they know how to motivate you. And because it's a subject that they're intimately familiar with, even if they are a couple drinks in and feeling a little bit loose, they still can really like direct you with confidence to take specific actions that are going to be helpful. And, John Carlton calls this the Barstool Conversation. Other people call it other things. But I think that this, if you imagine, like you're at an investment conference and you run into one of the top investment people there. And let's say she's like uncovered some interesting trading method and she wants to tell you a little bit about it. And she's just like riffing on it, right? So how's that going to sound? How's it going to sound when she says, and you know what? I really think that you should get started with this. Like what is the feeling of that versus somebody who's like, oh, I have to look like a special corporate suit with my suit and tie and all that. And like, what is it going to look like for a very formal presentation versus a let loose, but still have very much a sense of direction in the conversation situation? Like what voice differences are there going to be? And so when you think about your copywriting, when you think about how you're actually able to connect with readers on a human-to-human level, when you think about the level of jargon that you should use versus the level of just everyday words, when you think about how much expertise you should bring in versus how much you should like bring it down and talk about things very simply. If you think about this, if you think about like this great expert hanging out at the bar at a convention, like after or at a conference after hours, just, having a couple drinks and chatting with the people who are there, kind of sharing expertise and trying to motivate them to do what's in their best interests. And if you think about it all in that way, I think that it becomes much easier, like if you picture that in your head, to capture this voice in copywriting that's both human and credible, that's full of conviction, and that will really connect with the readers. And I don't know, what do you think? Do you have a similar trick that you use to get you into the appropriate voice for copywriting? Or do you disagree? Like, should that not be the right voice? Is somebody supposed to be professional? Do you have proof that makes more sales? Leave a comment. Let me know. You can also you can like this video so that you'll get more content like it, and so that the magical algorithms of the internet will share it with more people like you. You can also share it yourself with other people who might find it valuable. And if you're not yet subscribed here, you can subscribe here. You can also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com to get my daily emails Monday through Friday that include more content for copywriters, marketers, sellers, business builders, entrepreneurs, and more. And so check out the link in the description to go there, as well as I'll include a link to my training site for people who want to go really deep on learning how to do copywriting right from the context of making more sales. Again, my name is Roy Furr. This has been a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I hope you've gotten a lot of value out of it. And I hope that this informs the next piece of copywriting you do so that you are able to do it in a voice that's going to connect with your readers on a deeper level. I look forward to seeing you again in your next video issue. I'll see you soon. Bye.